And we're going to start in the association, where last night the Rockets lose to the Spurs, and it was a bad night for the Foot Locker employees, a.k.a. the referees. They missed a huge call. James Harden at the 7:50 mark, he goes into what appears to be a dunk, or was it?
Harden saw that coming a mile away. Look out for the guy with the squeegee. Wait, did that come out?
That went through. That ball went through.
James Capers, the crew chief, is...
That ball went through. That ball counts. James, you got it wrong. James, you have it wrong. It's good. Count the basket.
Mike wants to call a timeout, too.
Now, it's not even a debate whether it went through the net. That thing damn near goes through the hoop twice. He should have been awarded 4 points for that dunk. Instead, they get 0 points, and it would have given them a 104-89 lead with 7:50 left to play. And here's James Harden talking about the call right after the game.
Were you given any kind of explanation on why the dunk did not count? What were you arguing, or how were you trying to convince them?
The ball went in.
And yes, it was a blown call. There's no doubt about it. And we have blown calls in sports every day. That's what Twitter is for. But what really bothered me last night was the explanation from crew chief James Capers, who says, quote, "When that play happened, Harden goes in for a dunk, and then the ball appears to us to pop back through the net. When that happens, that is a basket interference. To have a successful field goal, it must clear the net. We have since come in here and looked at the play. He dunked it so hard that the net carried it back over the rim a second time. So, in fact, it did clear the net, and it should have been a successful field goal." Okay, great. You admitted you were wrong, but that does nothing to change the outcome of the game. That's about as pointless as those 2-minute reports. It does nothing, but the issue I had was the clarification as to why D'Antoni was unable to challenge the play. Quote, "As to could the play have been reviewed? It is a reviewable matter, but you have a window of 30 seconds to challenge the play during that timeout that he had, and while they were protesting the call, trying to get clarification of it, that window passed. So therefore, it elapsed, and they were not able to do it." Now, Mike D'Antoni is clearly incensed by the no call. That's why he called a timeout. Why don't you go up to Mike D'Antoni, ask him if he wants to challenge the call? But instead, they're doing this little 30-second countdown, which apparently is the window you have to challenge calls. I have a question. Did anyone before last night know there was a 30-second window that these coaches have to challenge calls? Well, they do now. Here's Mike D'Antoni's reaction.
How long does these after shows go? I have no idea. I heard that they said that the ball hit James and went back through, so it was goaltending on James. So I said I challenged that. Then I didn't get a response. And another guy said it wasn't goaltending, just went out of bounds on us. And I said, well, I challenged that. And they go, can't do that. I don't know. I didn't get an explanation. And I got nothing.
And the Rockets want one of two things. They want to either, one, get the win outright, or two, they want to replay the game starting at the 7:50 mark. Well, I've got some bad news for you, Houston. They're not going to do that. You're not getting the win from last night. Now, the best thing I think they could do is if there is a tiebreaker, you give the Rockets the tiebreaker. But how about the fact that the referees gave James Harden 24 free throws last night? All the referees have to do, all the NBA needs to do, is go back and review at least 1 or 2 or 3 of those calls were bad calls. All they have to say is, hey, we gave James Harden a couple free throws that he shouldn't have had, so hey, really, you should have lost by more points, and you shouldn't have given up that 22-point lead. Last night, James Harden, he makes 24 consecutive free throws. That broke Dominique Wilkins' record that he had set at 23. And there was a fan in San Antonio that didn't come to see a free throw shooting contest.
Minutes.
So yes, it was a ridiculous call, but it was also ridiculous that James Harden and Russell Westbrook, they combined to go 18 of 68 from the field for 26% and 5 for 26 from deep. So they were building an arena within that arena with all those bricks last night, so they have no one to blame but themselves. And if you look last night, James Harden, he posted his third 50-point game of the season, but he did so on 11 of 38 shooting for 29%, the worst field goal percentage in a 50-point game since at least 1982 and 1983. It was the first time two teammates combined to miss 50 shots since Sam Jones and John Havlicek back in 1965. So at least those guys won a championship. So look, if you're the Houston Rockets, you just take this L. Look, James Harden gets his mail sent to the free throw line because he lives there, okay? They've helped him out all of his career. You can't overturn this. It would open up Pandora's box, and the Rockets, they just need to get it together. Thanks for watching the Get More Sports YouTube channel. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me at DMac_LA. And for all the hottest sports content in the game, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and most importantly, give me all your takes on all of today's topics right down below in the comment section. I want all your takes on today's topic right down below in the comment section. And for all the greatest in the world of sports, head over to GetMoreSports.com.